Whew, Lord have mercy. Now they're starting the shenanigans and that foolery mess again. I don't understand how the winner happened this week. This was a very interesting challenge. When I say the silence was real, a really cute runway, and a funny moment that happened towards the lip sync for the legacy. We got some things to talk about today, kids. Cue my theme music.
Listen. Yeah. Yes, Lord. Get that out of there.
Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants. Thank you so much for tuning into the channel. Do me a favor, hit that like button, share, and subscribe. Become a part of my Rant family. Thanks for tuning in. We're watching All-Star 6, Episode 5, Pink Table Talk. We will get into that in just a second. Let's get my social medias out the way. You can catch me at MattyRants on all social media platforms except for Twitter, which is at @MattyRants. You can catch me on the Stereo app for podcasts on Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. You can also catch me partnered with the Airtime app for Tuesday and Thursday shows. Tuesdays is Drag Race Everything, where we talk about Drag Race everything, or just watch some funny videos together. And on Thursdays, it's Drag Race Trivia with my co-host Julie_Noted, where you can win cash prizes. All right, let's get into this episode, because it was interesting. Oh, yes. With the departure of Yara, the queens return back into the workroom and reminisce over the situation. 3, 2, 1, they're over it. I find it weird how they come back into the workroom and pretend there's no mirror message as they sit on the couch and just talk about what took place. And then the following day, when they come in, that's when they talk about the mirror message. Do they cover it up, or is it like, okay, just don't look over there, just sit right here and talk to each other? Oh, but now it's time to pull from the dreaded lipstick box and see who wanted to send who home. It was almost, I can't even say it incorrectly. Oh, here we go. It was almost anonymous, as Kylie said. Unanimous. Thank you, Raja, for correcting. For everyone wanting to send Yara Sofia home. But here's where Jonathan messed up. Oh, yes. The Jantasy was broken in this moment as Jan picked Akira to go home. And she was trying to play the smart game of choosing with, the majority of the group so it wouldn't put a target on their back. However, boom, boom, boom. That's just what happened. Jan's having a mini meltdown over there. I just wanted to do the right thing. I feel so bad about what happened. I don't want everyone looking at me and thinking, oh my God, while everyone is now looking at you thinking, oh my God. Now, Scarlett and Kylie remind her, girl, it's your decision. Just choose what you want to do. Like, don't worry about it. That was your decision. You wanted to send Akira home. Stand in it. And Trinity's saying, take integrity off the table here, which don't totally take it off the table, but stop using that word in a sense like you have to do it this way or you're not a good person. That's what it's starting to feel like. If we don't go with the group, you're immediately the villain. Like, come on now. So, child, a little bit of a back and forth here and there. Continue. The next day, it's always a conversation about clothes and who is stylish. Apparently Trinity's giving some Cisco trade tease, but Akira will not let Trinity have that title. Then comes in a suit, bald head, glasses, maxi challenge. RuPaul then tells these bitches, okay, y'all, I have to adjust myself in this moment because I found this challenge to be a tad boring. And I'll explain why. For the girls that know about Miss Jada Pinkett Smith, daughter and mother sitting at a good old nasty red table somewhere on a very $1 million estate. Okay, if we remind ourselves here, where they interview and talk to people about real life situations, it's the Red Table Talk. It's on Facebook for the girls who still have Facebook. I think it plays on other platforms too. I'm not quite sure. I've only caught a few episodes, only for the people who I'm interested in listening to. But it can be a great conversation, kind of healing moment, very open, from the perspective of different generations of women, right? Okay, a family. All right. This is Pink Table Talk. And Ru said, oh, what I need y'all to do is just get into random groups, choose the people you want to be around, And then I'm going to give you 3 different topics, and y'all have to choose between the topics that y'all want to talk about and find some sort of relatable point. We're supposed to be listening to this conversation. It's supposed to be interesting. Okay. That's the Maxi Challenge. We went from a Super Bowl halftime show. We got the blue ball already, baby. And then we head on over to a conversation at a table. Okay, with no audience, mind you, so there's no reaction or anything. There's no music playing in the background the entire time. There, except for the beginning when they're introducing the queens. The moment they say go, silence, and it's just a conversation. Now, the teams are as follows. We have Trinity K. Bonet, Akira, and Eureka on one team. Kylie Sonique Love, Raja O'Hara, and Scarlet Envy in another group. And the last group would be Ginger Minge, Pandora Box, and Jam. The topics are sex, motherhood, and body. Now, Akira's group was like, we'll take sex. Thank you. We all like talking about it. We're good. You then get on over to where motherhood and body are up for the juggle. But Scarlet Envy really wants to have motherhood. Scarlet feels like this one is, really sits home with her. Scarlet has 2 moms. Like, why not do motherhood? When Ginger Minge wants to actually adopt a child and feels like, I need to fight for this. It ends up going into a rock, paper, scissors shoot. Someone chose paper. The other chose rock. I think we know who. Scarlet chose paper. Ginger chose rock. And Scarlet ends up winning motherhood. Or did she? I was like, well, the way this episode played out, girl, I don't think you wanted to get your way. So Scarlet's group has motherhood, leaving Ginger's group with body. I said, all right, let's see how this goes. The groups get together and discuss how they want to do each table talk and what points they're going to present, because this also has to be cohesive and flow together in conversation. We need to know that they like each other as well as where their point is coming from, but feel engaged and not uncomfortable. People are choosing who wants to be the moderator, what they're going to talk about. They have to do intros for these shows, y'all. It was interesting. Like, it's like they worked out this whole beginning and then this moment of them sitting down. I wouldn't say no one's dipping a tuna fish sandwich into some Kool-Aid and trying to explain how that would taste good to you. It's not that, but it's I've got 5 minutes, maybe less, and let's discuss this topic, and I'll give you my sort of spill or deal on it, Sorry, I just thought about this and forgot to speak on it. That moment with Kylie and Scarlet near the mirror, in terms of Scarlett's questioning of Kylie being the moderator and like how it was discussed. Like, you remember what they said in the acting challenge with you being really soft-spoken and needing to speak out more? Like, do you feel like you should still have that position? Like, baby, we had this conversation minutes ago before we even got to the point of us getting ready now. And now we're going to put this doubt bug in my brain and you want to take over? All right, Kylie, I'm glad you stood your ground a little bit, but I also was nervous because low-key we saw how this episode went. Okay, so let's do this in order by groups, and then we'll get to the rest of the show. Now, Eureka, Akira, and Trinity's group with sex had actually a very good conversation. I was entertained, 1. 2, I felt like everybody got to speak. And 3, the laughs seemed genuine. Like they were having a conversation. We could have just turned on our Instagram lives and seen this moment. Akira was talking about at one point in time transitioning and ended up not going through with that, but still having the body, given shape as they paid for enhancements, confusion, or the struggle of being labeled too feminine in the community when wanting to have sex. There is a sort of preference that goes with the community as far as what they like, you know what I'm saying? And then Trinity related to that in a sort of way when it came to the stigma with having HIV and, people demonizing that and, discussing their status and being very open about it. And, Trinity started that journey on season 6 with their vulnerability and speaking on that. And it's so great to see Trinity talk about it, even in this moment with this little segment, like, okay, I hear it. I got it. There it is. Like, it was very well spoken, Trinity, and also a good time too. I was proud of Miss Trinity here. And Eureka, you know what? Let me tell you something. This was your challenge for me. This was a great conversation. She was talking about being a big girl in the community and discussions about whether people actually love her or it's a fetish. I was here for this conversation. I was entertained. I thought these three were the clear winners. Period. This week. Very that. Very that. Now, they also have in their segments this part with the pink furry box, very Interior Illusions Lounge. We miss you so much. We miss the gold bar too. Like, God, I miss the old Untucked days. But they brought out this pink box and it always would have some sort of sexual object in there. The one that they received was the mouth stretcher. You know what I'm saying? Girl. I saw Trinity said, girl, I am not putting this on. I got my whole flipper right here. I'm not putting this in my mouth. Eureka put that sucker in. Akira had a double chin joke. Continue. I found the little furry pink box segment for all of them, kind of like, ciao. Oof, okay. The next group up with Scarlett, Raja, and Kylie had the discussion of motherhood. Okay, I'll be real. I'm going to be honest and hear me out on this, y'all, because, that would have been a tough conversation for me with my mother having passed. So if I was in that group, I would have probably been shedding some tears having a conversation about my mother and the friendship that we had. Now, Scarlett starts discussing her two mothers, but there was this weird, it was like going in and out of a tunnel sort of situation. I didn't understand the tone in the I'm trying to find a good way to explain this. Do you know where I'm going? You're like, where, Matt? Bring us back. I'm trying to help her out here because I know she was really proud to discuss her two moms. I wouldn't even say uncomfortable. It was more like, I'm hearing you talk about your mom, but then it's like you're going in and out of somebody else. Like, as you're speaking, like you're in, Scarlett, and then it was going, yes, to you out of drag, I guess. I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking too hard, but I felt somehow we were going in and out of some places with Scarlett speaking. And also the tone was going off and on too. It was like, hi, ooh, ooh. It was, I don't know. I love you, Scarlett, but that, listening to the story was difficult. Like, I liked hearing about it, but I didn't care for how it was done. That was really hard to explain. I just sat there in my reaction that you'll see on Patreon on Friday, like, my face the whole time, just her talking, just, okay, that's lovely, aw, but the brows never moved. It's, aw, back to here. See what I'm saying? Just, okay, just off on the tone. It was like, and there was some moments where it was like she couldn't get the words out, and it was just, I don't know, maybe Scarlett was really nervous, and it was just showing, and that's what the uncomfortableness was. I don't know. I feel bad. But Raja O'Hara, child. Now, baby, you started talking about your mama, and I felt it. I said, Raja, this was a real moment, and you were able to speak about it. There was no pauses. There was no breaks in what you were talking about. You did almost get emotional, if not emotional, in that moment. But then also you kept it light and fun. And I think that's what the disconnect was with Scarlett here, if that's where I'm now back to that. But it just felt like I was still connected through Raja's conversation. It was still connected versus with Scarlett. It just felt like, okay. Now, going on to Kylie Sonique Love, sis, it was like you connected to Raja's story, finish. Well, I have a puppy, and I'm a mom like that, as a trans woman. I said, okay. I think we needed more on the plate. I think we did. I feel like you put some food down, sister, but there was still more that needed to be on that sucker so it would make sense. Like, it felt like someone went to the buffet and they were like, I'm on a diet. I'm not going to put too much on here. Very that. There we go. As a matter of fact, since I brought this to food, I feel like Raja put enough food on my plate, honey, to where I was stuffed. I understood. I was good to go. I didn't need seconds. I left a tip. Now, with Scarlett, I felt like it was like I got one thing and then I kept going back down to the table because everything else wasn't there that I wanted. But then when I got back up to look again, I found something else, but not what I wanted. Ooh, there we go. Okay. And like I said with Kylie, it just was a light plate. It was a light plate. Oh, there we go. That explained that. Okay, let's get on to the next group who I don't understand how one person in this group was considered to do well. Okay, let's talk about it. Ginger Jan Pandora. Ginger Jan Pandora. Pandora. Jan, Pan, Ginger. Let me stop. Okay. Ginger, Pandora, and Jan. All right. They had body. Ginger started talking about a personal story where people are like, oh, they always thought she was just this big. But in reality, Ginger used to be really small until there was a bowel obstruction that took place and Ginger couldn't use the bathroom for 6 months. And they had to cut out pieces of their intestines or their tract, put it back together. They Frankenstein the body, and then baby girl ended up gaining a lot of weight, and then there they are today. So I was here for that vulnerable moment. I did like how Ginger told the story, but it wasn't from a place of like, oh, I'm hurt by this, but more so, this is my life, this explains me, and this is where I am with my body. And that there are bad days, but there are also very fucking good days. And there it is. So I did feel a connection with Ginger's story, and I did like it. But then we get to the rest of this group. Pandora first. Pandora on ageism, it was like, age. No shade. But it was very, there's a joke, boob, there's a joke, boo, there's a joke. Like, I got Pandora, but I also felt like Pandora seemed a bit timid for me. I didn't necessarily see confidence in the talk. It was a couple of jokes here and there, but it still seemed like Pandora wasn't as present as others. But then again, if I get over to good old Janica over here, Jan. It's so interesting how they're like, Jan, don't be on. Jan, you weren't on enough. Jan, give us a whole bunch. But Jan, how about you just relax a little bit? This was the time that Jan could speak and she didn't have to be, right? And was she fully at 110% battery? I wouldn't totally say that, but was it like a little bit manic when she was talking? Yes. Her and Trisha Paytas could have had a competition who could talk the fastest. I'm exaggerating, but Jan did kind of run over her words. So it was like, oh, when I was on season 12 and they told me all this type of stuff with how I had to do with my body, like, Jan, you have a double chin, and it was like, oh my God, I can't believe they said this about me on season... That's what I got from Jan's performance. This just was not my favorite challenge. Like, they had to sit at a table and talk, girl, and then open up boxes full of items that were either considered sexual or not so sexual. I mean, the last group here had an eye massager. The fuck? Pink table talk. But yeah, that's the maxi challenge, people. Can we get to the runway, Matty? Also, because as I'm getting the screenshots, I'm realizing, ooh, I missed out on this point too. Raja's, breaking down over the discussion of their mother and not wanting it to ruin the relationship because they want to rebuild it. And, seeing that vulnerability was, sad, but also really beautiful. And, my heart goes out to Raja. Kyria being a really good season 11 sister, had her back, and Trinity was there. And then we move over to Jan bringing back up once again her decision to vote Kyria out and how it's going to play forward for everyone else. And Eureka bringing up a good point, like, are we just going to start taking out the top dogs for whatever reason, or, who for whatever? And it's like, bitch, this is the game. Take out who is going to take you out. And at this point, for me, I mean, play it smart. Don't put your hands on the table, but at the same time, you got to play the game. So, all stars. Because RuPaul wore her damn promo look. Hey, promo. I like this wig. I'm sorry. I thought this wig was right. And I do like this dress. Hey, Michelle Ross. And Aisha Tyler. All right. Every time I see her, I think of Archer and The Talk. Hey, Aisha. What's going on, girl? Category is Clash of the Patterns. Up first is Trinity K. Bonet giving us some Wakanda tease. I see you, sis. Listen, I'm going to tell you this. Okay. It almost looks like it's one pattern that went on top of everything versus a clash of patterns, but it's possible those are like two different things layered on top of each other. I thought this was a polished look. I thought the makeup was everything. I was here for the no wig moment. Trinity, I thought this was cute. Eureka O'Hara is next. I like the dress. I do like this dress. I don't like that blue wig, and I don't like your makeup at all. I don't like that makeup. It's dusty. But I do like this dress. I thought the dress silhouette was beautiful. Next up is Kyria C. Davenport we've seen these pattern looks quite a few times on this stage, but this is one of the better ones. I'm here for the measuring tape corset and the whole wig too, and the pincushion as a purse. That was pussy. Akira, you've been slaying these runways. Go on, sister. Raja O'Hara is next, giving us Find Your Way Back. Come on for this African print. I live for the prints. I live for this look. I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. Raja, this was good. I know her. I love this. This was on the money. Like it, girl. Kylie Sonique Love is next. This was also kind of fire for me. It was interesting because it was like different animal prints, like a butterfly with like the leopard or cheetah print going on here. The hat was sexy. Ooh, the wig was right too. I was here for Kylie's look. Kylie, this was pussy. Scarlet Envy is next, and she's giving an ode to her grandparents with their letters that are actually sewn in to this outfit. This is classic. Okay. Now, did this wow me? Mm-mm. And I've liked a lot of stuff that Scarlett has brought to this runway so far this season, but this is the first time I felt like it was a little okay. The wig was okay. The makeup was okay. It was a little baked, but the dress was lovely, but everything was just kind of like right there with me. It wasn't bad. It was just okay. It was a nice look. Mm-hmm. Jan. I like elements of this. Something with the legging department needs to be changed. That bothers me just a tad bit, because then I immediately look down while I'm looking at this outfit versus up, because I like the dress a bit. I do like the dress. I just a little edit. This is not bad. It's not horrible. It's a lot, but there needs to be an edit. Like yeah, it's cool. She's shopping with pattern bags. Ginger Minge, what? Do I hate this? No, I don't hate it. Comment section, help me with Ginger's look. I'm speechless. I like the wig. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. I like the colors. Yes. Okay. No, I like this outfit. I like it. Maybe. Let me get to the panel on Sunday for this one. I'm still on. I don't know. Yeah, I'm gonna wait on this one. I like the concept for sure. That I can say. Give me Sunday to give my opinion. I don't know, baby. I don't know. Last and certainly not least is Pandora Box. Bitch, I'm going to give you this much credit, Pandora. Thank you for giving an ode to Sally from The Nightmare Before Christmas. I saw it immediately when you hit the front. I said, okay, bitch, that's Sally. I was here for the doll of it all. But it's a good look. And I like the reference, but it's a good look and I like the reference. That's it. It's a good look and I like the reference. That's it. Now, shit gets interesting when we get to judging here, because RuPaul pulls a fast one on us. Now, she says that Trinity, Eureka, and Akira's group was the best group. However, none of them won the challenge. The winner of the challenge is Ginger Minge. I call fuckery. I call shenanigans. I call bullshittery of the finest of poop. I call Activia. Jamie Lee Curtis, where is your green couch? I don't think so. Comment section down below. Live chat for those watching the premiere. I need answers. Did that make sense to you? Please. I'm not trying to be a hater. Seriously. How are they the best group, but you then give the individual win to somebody whose group was technically boring? Let's be very real. That group was boring. It was boring. Ginger wins, child. Ooh, okay, Ginger wins. Congratulations, Ginger. I'm not trying to be rude about it. I just didn't see that. It didn't make sense to me. I'm not understanding. Leaving the top group of the week to be safe with Trinity, Akira, and Eureka. After critiques, Raja O'Hara and Pandora Box are safe, and this put Kylie Sonique Love Scarlet Envy, and Jan in the bottom. Jan, that's two. That's two, Jan. Jan got a critique about being 110% always and too often. Jan cried on stage. Scarlet Envy apparently heard completely different critiques than anybody else, as RuPaul told her, "You made me uncomfortable." All right? Then Kylie Sonique Love was too soft. You were the moderator. We didn't hear anything about you. You look fabulous, though. There you go. We get to the back. No one congratulated Ginger. Oh, we're totally talking about the bottom girls, right? Ginger have a speech? Nope. Next one. Now she's talking to all the queens, and Scarlett tells Ginger that Jan got the worst critiques. Scarlett is campaigning for herself. Kylie's conversation was, "Kylie, you know who I am." Kylie even was back there like, "Bitch, I'll get loud. If I get loud, I get country." And Eureka's like, "Bitch, that's what they want from me. Get country. You're not from LA. You're not from LA, girl. Like, come on. Be yourself. It's okay, baby. Get loud. Get loud. Like, do what you got to do." And then here come Jan, who already was like, "Child, Scarlett over here acting like RuPaul didn't just tell her, ugh." You know what I mean? She gets back there with Ginger. Ginger's messy ass, but also wanting to know the truth. "Scarlett told me that you got the worst critiques. What's tea?" Which Jan was honest in saying, for the overall judges, yes, I had the worst critiques. However, Scarlett got the worst critique from RuPaul herself. Where do we go from this? Between the three comment section below, I need y'all's participation today with these questions. Who would you have sent home between Jan, Kylie, and Scarlett in that moment? Jan has one win and now two bottoms, okay? 1 and 2. 1 and a 2. Kylie's been safe the entire time. A couple of top spots, but never like winner. And then this is the first time they're in the bottom. And then we got Scarlet Envy, who this was her first time in the bottom, but was safe for the entire competition. Interesting. The lipsticks have been chosen. The girls picked their lipsticks. We're on to the main stage. Ginger Minge, I did not like what she was wearing, but all right, girl, go for it. The lip sync assassin is then revealed. It's Bianca Del Rio. What? Like, y'all, I was truly gagged at that moment. What is she about to do? Are they about to do stand-up comedy because Bianca will win? I guess that money is going to roll over. But no, Bianca was just there to throw us off the game and throw a couple of jokes. Key. It was nice to see you, B. But then the lip sync assassin is revealed, and it's Mayhem Miller. Cue Jujubee All-Stars 5 joke. Okay, Mayhem's there. Lip sync assassin, enjoyable lip syncs, yes. I don't know about assassin, but I was like, okay, work. We got Mayhem to go against Ginger. The song I was pleased by, and it's one of my favorite Lizzo songs. Yes, Phone by Lizzo. That's a good bop. It's a good little ditty. I'll be real with you. Ginger Minge did that. Mayhem had a couple of good moments, but a duck walk every other count, girl, is just not gonna get me where I need to be. Ginger was giving comedy. And it was the consistently searching for the phone, but hitting the beat at the right time, throwing a little dance a little in there. Bitch hit the ground at one point. I was like, what is Ginger doing? I've never. I was thoroughly entertained. I thought it was funny as hell. When they were playing off of each other too, that was great. Like the last part where Mayhem had the heel, and it was like the cell phone, and Ginger looked like, pause. Oh, what? You're holding it. I loved it. Thoroughly enjoyed it. The winner of the lip sync and all that money, $30,000, is Ginger Minge. Ginger's decision, I was not surprised, but I would have found it to be an interesting move if they chose differently. But I think they knew how the fandom is and was like, I ain't gonna do it just yet, girl. We gotta wait till she's like 3rd time's a charm at the bottom. But no, Scarlet Envy was chosen by Ginger Minge, and she was eliminated from the competition. Scarlet, I was sad to see you go because, sister, to be honest, your runways have been very clear and so good. So good this season. This episode, it was a little, beautiful, but Didn't wow the girls. It was nicely done, but I think you messed yourself up by asking for this motherhood conversation with Red Table Talk, and it should have been kept somewhere different. It's sad this is the thing that got you sent home because it felt personal. Like, damn, I talked about my life and now I'm going home. Like, yeesh. Yeesh. But of course, there's a twist later for the competition, and, maybe Scarlett will have a return. We'll see. Child. 8 queens remain in the competition. Tell me what you thought of this week's episode in the comment section down below. Don't forget to hit that like button. Don't forget to share. And don't forget to subscribe if you're new to the channel. It's your boy, Matty Rants. Don't forget, we'll talk about Untucked on the panel Sunday. And also, my reaction video will be on Patreon Friday. Everybody, thanks for tuning in. Hugs and kisses and best love and wishes to you. It's your boy, Matty Rants. I will talk to you later.